All right there, Stephen. I apologize in advance for the dirty bench here, but I have been slammed and it is difficult to make a video when I've got customers constantly coming in and out and staying really covered up in the front door. But anyway, I am showing you this performance of the radio here for you. I don't know if I'll put it on YouTube or not. I may just send it to you personally. But we've got your used 955 version 1 right here, all complete. I've got a full tune-out done to it. I've got an upgraded echo board set perfect on the inside with modifications done to the echo board. I have Hifi Transmit done, Hifi Receive done to the radio. We also have the 5-band internal equalizer. It is all set perfect on the inside for you. We've got upgraded finals on the radio. We also have a variable tone control here. It's a pretty big knob, but below that knob you'll see it says treble and bass, bass to the right, treble to the left, so you'll know which way that control goes. Over here you'll see the variable peak control, plus and minus. All the way to the right is all the way up. For your swing, your variable carrier is going to be just like where they are on all the Strykers here to control your dead key for running into your 800 box, your multi-tube 800 box. Let's see, anything else? Yeah, we've got the MP3 circuit in the back. We've got MP3 with line level recording here done to the radio as well. And we also got a Vfo Windup mod with a switch. So up would be on the Vfo, and then down would be off on the Vfo Windup. From there, we got to get you an MP3 cord with a ferrite. I still have to wrap that for you. I've got you a modified 878 bass microphone with the ferrite and heat shrink already done on it here. I think that's pretty much everything. I got to get your MP3 cord wrapped up. That's no big deal there. All right, so we'll go ahead and show output. I'll cut the gain wide open here, and we'll check and see where our carrier is. I limited the carrier control. I only went up to like 15 on the high side, and I went on down to like 3/4 of a watt because I know you're going into a 3-tube 800, and you'd never ever have a need to even key up to 15. So I kind of limited that control a little bit to make it a little easier for you. So we're going to see where that carrier is on the top end here. We're looking at, about 15 watts of carrier. Everything looks good there. It's clean on the spectrum analyzer. 15 watt dead key. We'll kind of cut the carrier all the way down here. All the way down. We've got about 2/3 of a watt or so here. Still looks good there with the upgraded finals. Those things correct that spectral purity for the low end. All right, so we'll check out our high carrier again. We'll go ahead and modulate it, and we'll see what kind of output we have here. We're modulating to 120 watts peak here, so doing real good. Good numbers there. We'll check it out modulated on the spectrum analyzer. That is reading excellent as well. Signal is off the tip of the scale. That means I am properly measuring it here. We're looking at our output on the LPs, like 150 watts up there, 147 watts. I'll look at our output on the LP 700 there, like 131 watts over there. And we'll look at our bird average with a 100-watt slug and see what kind of output average we have. Looks like about 50 bird average here from the 15-watt dead key. So everything is doing good. 120 peak. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and cut this carrier all the way down here, and then we'll cut this peak control all the way down as well, and then we'll see what output we have all the way down. So keying up. 2/3 of a watt or so. We'll modulate it. Looks like we're going to about between 19 and 20 watts output with it bottomed out, as low as it to go. Pretty much 19 watts there. Look at it on the spectrum analyzer, modulated with the peak all the way down. It's 19 watts peak. Everything looks nice and clean, just like it should. The slug's too big to measure what the output is on down, so I'll check it with this 25 watt slug, and we'll see what we have there. Reading the top scale, and we're able to get all the way down to about 8.5 bird. Sorry about my hand shaking a little bit there, but 8.5 bird, 19 peak is where you're capable of cutting down to. Now if you raise this carrier up to, like, say my guess for that 3-tube 800, you might be keying a watt or two, so we'll raise that carrier up just a little bit to where we'll key that somewhere around that range. So 2-watt carrier, just above a 2-watt carrier there. I'll modulate it, 25-watt slug, still with the peak down, and that puts you at your 10.5 bird with the peak all the way down. So now, I would say no more than about 50 peak into a 3-tube 800 box. So we'll go ahead and modulate this here. I'm gonna take, while I'm modulating from that 2-watt carrier, and I'm gonna slightly roll this control up on the peak, and we're going to dial that in to get to the 50 watts peak mark. I'm still dialing up right there. Looks like that's about 50 watts on the money. And we'll look and see where that control is. So it looks like at about maybe 11:30. So let's see what happens if we go to 12, because that'll be an easy adjustment to remember. So looking through a camera is a little weird. But anyway, 12 right there, and at 12 here we're at 52 peak. So you can remember no more than halfway up on this control for running your 3-tube 800 box. Sorry about the tone, it's coming through my headphones down there in my monitor. But anyway, don't unplug it, because I'm fixing to use that whenever I plug up. Anyway, it's all the way down again. Like I said, no more than the halfway point. So anywhere between halfway and all the way down, you'll find the best performance going into that 3-tube 800. Let me cut that off. I'm going to cut this carrier all the way back up here. I'm going to roll this variable peak all the way up here, and I'm going to put my mic gain about 3 o'clock, because I like to leave just a little bit of headroom for over the air. It's where it's set up for. And I did not demonstrate the MP3 circuit, but I've done that on plenty of videos, so I'll just stick to keeping it simple here. And I'll go ahead and hook up to your 878 microphone, and we will modulate it and see what it sounds like on this fully decked out used 955 that you sent in here for me. All right, so let me move that out the way. I'm gonna plug in this deal here, and I'm gonna get the headphones around my head down here. All right, I'm gonna plug into my line level setup here. And then once I plug in here, we're gonna be hearing out of the receiver from my monitor radio at a conservative listening volume that I've got it set over there now. So here we go, we're gonna plug into this line level connection here into my phone.
Sorry about kind of zooming over top of your name. I'll ask you if you're worried about somebody having your contact information, and if you are, I'll make sure for sure this video stays private. All right, anyway, Stephen, I'm letting you hear this Stryker 955. I got the mic gain at a pretty conservative setting overall. I'm talking on the 878 bass microphone. I can show you that headroom by cutting the mic gain wide open here, and I'll get D-Win to cut it up for me. All right, now you can hear it wide open, and it's still good. It's still good wide open. It just might could start to get a little bit harsh, but overall it still sounds fine. We'll cut it back down to about the 3 o'clock position again, kind of smooth it on out. Then we'll go over here to the tone control and just start to raise just a little bit of treble there, D-Win. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit in there. You can start to hear a little bit more high range. You can go all the way back to about 12 there, just so they can see. There's all the way back to 12 here. You can hear the more high range, and then go wide open again. And there's all the way back wide open. You can hear the more bottom end. We'll go a little further back so you can hear it real well. Go all the way back to like 9 o'clock. Hello, 1, 2. You can hear it gets a little twangy. Go wide open with the treble. Wide open all the way there. You see it's real, real twangy sounding. All right, so we'll raise it all the way back wide open again. And then all the way back wide open, you can hear the bottom. And then let's go back to 3. And you can see just a little bit of treble mix there. But you'll find the happy spot that blends with your voice, that gets it like you like it. Hello, 1, 2. There you go, breaker.
We showed a little bit of movement, a little bit of versatility there. VFO is working well. I've already tested it, so all circuits are good and you are ready to go. And we'll get this video over to you. Take care, Stephen. Appreciate the business.